It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Lions, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Then a glance at the man under center at 6'5". He always demands attention.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll start on the ground with Swift. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Jennings. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Taken from just outside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Derek Barnes From that outside linebacker spot, gets in there. It's a loss of 9. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Maurice Hurst. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan? Introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello in a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jennings. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And here now the punter, Fox, as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right, and he'll just get rid of it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Mahomes. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And incomplete on the deep ball. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down, Jennings. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That gain on third down, good for 28.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Jennings. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Swift. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? These teams are locked in and going at it. No points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, and under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Jennings. Touchdown! Jamison Williams. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. just 4 plays. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And out come the Chiefs now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Looking for Sky Moore that time. And it's 3rd down.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Once again, it's Swift. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring out the 4th down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
There's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. On the return is Williams. Shifts by him. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Looking to throw. Jennings. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tackles came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Here's Williams to return. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead as they begin this drive 1st and 10, trying to forget about that loss last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Throwing to start the drive. Jennings. That pass caught. It's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw. Jennings. Escaping the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And they'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else?
He's got a man complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot. But not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The Lions sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On third down, Jennings. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The quick slant caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Stephen Carter, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them, and plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And they'll have a decent amount of time, 55 seconds to work with, to try to at least get down into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jennings. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On first down, Jennings. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the Panthers who were able to come away with the home victory. Baker Mayfield, strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they lead the visiting Denver Broncos at the half. Tyreek Hill, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. David Montgomery, a touchdown run in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Lions, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Mahomes going to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Mahomes throw complete there to Moore. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big time.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Levi Onwuzurike coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back speed.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So we got to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's the option. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 47 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
10 more yards. Complete to Amon-Ra.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jennings. And this is caught by Williams. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 34.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have retaken a third-quarter lead. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 14-10. So that drive 7 plays in length, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got the connection to Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes looking middle, and it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Screenplay set up for Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Butker's kick here is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now it's Swift. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
It's a game 2. That's good.
They run out of the gun with Swift. A beautiful fake. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 5 brings up
second down. Here's an option right. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a carry for Swift. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Right back to Swift again on second down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. And this offense on third down today, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 2. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2 but only got 1. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. KC's offense ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. So 3rd down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think Duncan has a good quality because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of it first.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This for a 4th quarter lead. Butker's kick here is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. They run the option on 2nd down, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
That's a gain of 6.
On 3rd and 2, Jennings. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. This time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Hard throw, incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And they'll remain down by 2. So a chance there goes by the wayside. That one just didn't have enough leg to get there.
Yeah, and it would have given them a lead here in the 4th quarter. And those are the ones that keep you up at night when you don't have enough distance. I wonder if maybe did his foot hit the ground first? Did he not get enough of the ball? He's going to be thinking about that one.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. On play action, it's Mahomes. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Jennings. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. From the 25 on 2nd down, Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. 1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. To throw is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. So now the Lions down by 2. Just over 1:40 to play. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on 1st down. He's back to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. This is Swift on the counter. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Back to throw. He dumps this off underneath to McFarland. And they'll work this down inside the 30. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Garner. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to